Welcome, guys.
Welcome to whatever this is.
What show is this?
We do this every week.
What is this?
Our only live action show we do.
What is it?
Until movie reviews come on.
What's it called?
Comic Book Mania.
Oh.
No, it's not called Comic Book Mania.
That's not it?
Nah. Bad Game Boys. We're the Bad Game Boys. And this is Comic Book Mania.
I thought you said it wasn't Comic Book Mania.
It is Comic Book Mania.
I'm Dante.
I'm Zach.
And this is...
Comic Book Mania.
So you're just a fucking liar now.
And this is the news section time.
Do, 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 do.
Boo, boo, boo. Please do that.
Just a boob.
Yeah, I grabbed a boob too.
Honk, honk.
Is it the noise you make when you honk boobs?
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that because I'm not 5.
I am.
Alright, let's get into news.
Do we have news?
There's a lot of it. Look at that.
Oh, because you spaced it out weird this week.
Yeah, it was weird. Dylan O'Brien denies rumors he is playing
Dylan
Spider.
O'Brien.
It's not Irish.
Spider-Man.
He probably is. I want an Irish Spider-Man
Oh,
now.
Spider-Man.
I want Leprechaun, the villain from those horror movies, as Spider-Man.
No, you don't.
I do.
No one wants that.
I now
Oh,
want.
Spider-Man.
I want that now.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Or at least have him sing the theme song and narrate the entire show or movie.
That'd be good.
Josh Whedon says Hulk to be more involved and more of a character in Avengers 2, so he's going to have a bigger part.
Wait, is it Hulk or Bruce?
Both. I would think so.
Okay, because, I mean, Bruce did have...
Well, in the trailers you've seen, Hulk has... Oh, there's a new trailer, by the way. That's news, too.
Yeah, put that in the description.
We'll put that up. Hulk was a badass in this trailer. Did you see him punching the Hulkbuster up the building?
Yeah.
It's my favorite part of the
technically he wasn't punching it up the building.
Watch the trailer again.
No, he was punching it, but if you watch the back of the... He's got the jetpacks on.
Oh, does he?
And he's just making
But
contact.
it looks awesome.
And his feet are hooking into the building, so he's following him.
Just let me have my moment. Just let me...
I'm not saying... It's fucking awesome!
I don't think we learned anything new, except maybe that the Vision is definitely in this. Because they show at the end.
The Vision has a Soul Stone.
Yeah, he might.
No, it's confirmed.
Okay. He has one of the Infinity Stones.
And,
it's confirmed.
The Avengers Tower is official.
Yeah, it was official in the Avengers movie.
No, it wasn't.
They fought Loki on the Avengers Tower.
That was Tony Stark's tower.
Oh, then they turned it to...
That was Stark
Tower.
Tower.
They have the A?
And then he goes... The A stays there, and he goes, I have an idea for this. So that was the hint.
Okay, I gotcha.
And then, there was some... Oh, Ultron is officially a villain.
I kind of figured it.
He's got a cloak.
He does have a cloak. No, my
and
favorite
then one scene he's sitting down, he's got his cloak on.
This is going off, but my favorite part of the trailer is when they're all in the circle, and Thor yells at him. He's like, "Is that all you got?" And he sends all his bots him, and it's
you
like
had to ask
and
him.
then it's like from the first one they have the circle shot when they're all coming together.
Yeah,
they're all fighting side by. I cannot wait.
No, the best part was when they all. It's the
yeah,
superhero they all jump,
and then they put Spider-Man to that too.
That was good.
I was like, I can't wait for Spider-Man. He's probably gonna be at the end credits scene of this movie.
Maybe.
I think so.
They said they're hoping for it.
Oh Jesus. Warner Bros. Chief says movies are edgier than Marvel movies. Do you agree with that? We've only had
I would.
We've had 3. Well, four.
The end of Man of Steel
was very.
It was edgy.
Controversial. Edgy. Okay, but the 3 Batman movies too were a lot edgier. Marvel movies are
they
more.
were all based around death, whereas Marvel's based around coming
sarcastic,
together.
upbeat movies. Yeah. I think the only movie I could think of was Captain America 2, which was really like.
That wasn't too edgy, though.
But it was edgier than a lot of
movies. Definitely.
So, yeah, I would have to agree with that. Wolverine 3 to start filming next year.
Good.
Did you see the first one?
I have not.
You have to watch that.
Wait, when's the second one coming out?
Next year. It's starting.
That's the one that's supposed to team with Xavier.
Yes,
okay.
Which would be cool. Jared Leto's hair is now going green for the Joker role.
And his eyebrows are going.
Which is awesome. They're
saying it's supposed to be Endgame.
Endgame?
Yes.
Really? Okay. I have more news about Jared Leto later, but he sent out a Snapchat of him.
It's weird.
Just spinning around a room,
spinning in a circle.
Awesome. I think he's gonna be great. Farhan Tahir cast in Supergirl.
He played in Iron Man and Star Trek.
Very nice. I forgot to put that, but you added to that. Good job. Freddie Highmore interested in playing Spider-Man.
Highmore.
He was. You remember Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that terrible Tim Burton remake? It's Charlie. That's who we want. That's it.
No. Unless he's...
He plays Norman Bates now in American Psycho.
That's
Baseball
him. Why didn't you say that?
I didn't think you knew. So
I've seen the commercials.
He's really good. He's really good. I would actually like to see that.
Goose.
I put Han Solo in here. I didn't put Harrison Ford because listen, there was a lot of memes out, and I thought it was funny. Han Solo and Terrible Plane Clash confirmed to be okay.
Well, no, they're saying they were like, is he more Han Solo or is he Wolverine?
Mm-hmm.
Because within an hour, he went from critical condition to perfectly fine.
Yep. And we wish you the best in your speedy recovery, Harrison Ford. More Jared Leto news. Jared Leto wants to make his Joker more cerebral and comedic, like you're saying, Endgame. Mm-hmm. It'll be more... I think it's going to be leading more to the comics.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Nicholson played himself playing the Joker. Heath Ledger was more war veteran kind of Joker.
Yeah.
And
he was more, I've seen some things, I'm going to do some things.
And we've had Mark Hamill, of course, play the comic book.
Perfect.
The perfect Joker. I've always said that. I love Heath Ledger, but I'm saying this now. I said this to you a couple days ago. This is going to be the best Joker yet. I think I might have said this last week.
I think Suicide Squad has the potential to be the best movie.
But superhero movie that's coming out?
No, the best DC.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I love all the people.
Already, with the cast, is outstanding.
I'm more and more
excited.
excited.
And the way that people are getting into their characters.
I'm more and more excited every day for this movie, and it comes out in 2017.
Yeah.
Or 2016? 2017? Whenever it comes out, I'm really excited. We'll leave another link down in the description, or put a picture up. Supergirl costume has been revealed.
It looks awesome.
I'm not a big fan of the skirt, but I love the concept. It looks like Superman-esque.
They said that
you wanted it to brighten up. I actually looked at it a little bit more. I saw the brighten up costume. I actually like how it looks now. Yeah, the brighten up costume.
I preferred. I saw the brightened up. I preferred.
You prefer the brighten up, but we'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think? Jada Pinkett Smith, in sad news, will not be back after season 1 of Gotham. Also states Gotham finale will be awesome, which happens in after
3 more episodes.
4.
4?
4 more episodes. There's 4 episodes left. But they're going break after last week's episode. But thank you, Jade Pinkett Smith. You played a great character this season.
Oh, yeah.
We will miss your Fish Mooney character. Which leads me to believe, you actually said this to me a couple days ago, that she's being set up to be killed by Penguin. Yes. And I kind of figured that
That's what the rumor is. I don't know how true it is.
There have been rumors that Hawkeye might be killed off in Avengers 2, and now there's confirmation that he's going to be in Captain America 3.
I have a feeling I know who's getting killed off.
We'll talk about that when we go see Avengers. We'll talk.
This is just a theory.
All right, what's your theory? Who do you think is going to get killed?
ScarJo.
You think Black Widow's going to get killed off?
Because notice how they released press news for Hawkeye, Hulk, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man. Nothing's been released except that she's getting a new role.
That's very true. What do you think her new role would be?
Well, no, she's got a new role in
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, that is a franchise. Well, we might not be seeing much ScarJo anymore.
This was actually like a late night 4 a.m. thought.
It's a good thought. It's a good theory. I don't think anybody's actually talked about that.
Exactly.
Yet. They've talked more about Hawkeye dying. Chris Chalk cast as Lucius Fox in Gotham. You don't like this because you think Lucius Fox isn't... Well, he kind of runs the company. That's right.
I know, but I don't feel like... I think they should have waited to bring him in.
I understand that. Joss Whedon says Ultron has real beef with Avengers. Also states it's grittier than the last one. I figured. But
yo, bro! Why are you on my turf?
He said in an interview that Ultron understands the Avengers and understands humanity and needs to eliminate, basically... It's in every comic that he's been in, that he needs to eliminate the human race to start over and to make it better. So he has good motivation. He's going to be the best Marvel villain they've ever had. I think he's even going to be better than Loki.
I'm hoping they don't... They do kill him, but I'm hoping a certain someone gets a hold of it.
Thanos?
No.
Who are you talking about?
Dr. Doom.
You think so?
I am hoping.
They're not bringing Fox has control over it. It's not going to happen. Fox has control over...
the Fantastic Four.
And X-Men.
Dr. Doom.
I don't think we're going to be seeing the X-Men or... maybe X-Men, but I don't think Fantastic Four for a while.
Yeah. Which I'm not mad about.
Cara Delevingne, who plays Enchantress in the upcoming Suicide Squad movie, said, movie is going to literally blow people's minds.
That's dangerous.
I know. And she said she's really gearing up for the role. She's doing a lot of research.
She went to a psychologist.
Yes, which I'm loving. This is what Heath Ledger did before he played Joker.
Uh-oh.
This is what I'm worried about Jared Leto, too. Because he's like, I'm getting into this role fully.
Well, no, if Nicholson comes into his room and says something, then you know something's going to go...
We gotta keep Nicholson away from Jared Leto at all costs.
Nicholson kills people.
There were rumors that Captain Marvel might be in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but
Yes.
James Gunn has come out and said no Captain Marvel or symbiotes, which means no Venom in Guardians 2. Because there's been talk about his favorite superhero being in that movie, and people thought, oh, maybe Captain Marvel will make an appearance.
See, why hasn't anyone ever just gone up to him and just be like, oh, Josh, not Josh.
James. You get them confused. It's all right.
James, who's your favorite character? He's just like, oh, it's...
But he said something a couple days later that he wants to do a Squirrel Girl movie.
I would
So maybe Squirrel Girl is going to be in
Squirrel Girl is basically the
Galaxy.
equivalent to Deadpool.
Yeah. He's the DC, not Marvel.
No, they're both Marvel.
Yeah.
But she's the equivalent where she breaks the fourth
I don't know
wall.
much on her. I don't know much about her.
I will lend you the 2 comics I have. They are hysterical. They're a fun read.
I would have to... Okay, I will learn more.
It's a stupid story, but it's a fun read.
Okay. Jai Courtney has bulked up for the role of Captain Boomerang in Suicide Squad movie. I'm not really... He's the only casting I'm not... Him and Rick Flag, I'm like iffy about.
Rick Flag I'm definitely iffy about. I think Jai Courtney can do it.
You think he could do it? Okay. Hugh Jackman would love for Wolverine to team up with Iron Man. Who wouldn't?
Oh, yeah.
I want to see Hugh Jackman.
Well, he wants to do the fight between them two and then Batman and Superman.
Oh, that'd be great. Well, we're getting Batman v Superman already next year.
Well, no, he wants to do Batman
is
versus
it next
Superman
year or is
versus...
it 2017?
I think it's 16.
It's next year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to
No,
that.
Hugh Jackman wants Wolverine versus Iron Man versus Batman versus
Oh,
Superman.
they want it all together. Okay.
He wants... I was like, why?
I think that'd be great.
That's too much money.
That'd be a good fight, though. If DC and Marvel came together, you know how much explosions of the minds nerds would have?
They would only have to do one movie, and it would be voted the greatest movie of all
the
time.
Multiverse. The multiverse kind of...
Well, no, they could...
They've done crossovers before.
Yeah, they're really good.
And yeah, but it was like short-lived and everything, so I mean... We'll see what happens. Hopefully. Maybe they'll make a shit ton of money, though.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Coulter, who was going to be playing Luke Cage, confirms Luke Cage will already have superpowers in Marvel's, a.k.a. Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
You would like this.
I didn't hear about that.
We are 1 month away from the Daredevil series.
Are we?
1 month away, April 13th, which I'm really looking forward to. A month and 4 days. And we will have that review out for you guys.
Sweet.
After we watch all 13 episodes.
After we binge watch.
We're going to have to binge watch all 13 episodes.
13 hours, bro.
Is it? I didn't know if they were hour episodes.
I think they're hour episodes.
Okay, then we will take a weekend together and just binge watch the shit out of those shows.
We will binge watch them, and then right after we're finished, we will do the review.
Even if we're tired and exhausted, we will.
That'll probably be another hour review.
Yes. Suicide Squad is meeting up this week. They're all getting together to discuss.
They haven't gotten together yet?
No, not yet. Not all together. This is the first time. Which hopefully is good. Spider-Man senior writer wants to see Mysterio be the main villain in the next the reboot.
We talked about that.
We did talk about. I call him Mysterio, and I apologize about that.
Mysterio.
3 heroes. Okay, so Katie Lotz, who played Canary, which we miss you, she confirms she's finally in the Flash Arrow spinoff show.
But didn't say what her role is.
Also, 3 heroes have been confirmed, 3 cast calls. They don't know who they are, but I kind of have theories. I think you might have to.
Well, they have theories too.
After I describe who they are. The Traveler. A Han Solo-esque rogue who gets by with his charm. This hero hails from the future and is journeyed back in time on a secret mission. His razor sharp... I don't think you even have to hear anything more. So I'm not going to say anything.
Said the Traveler,
It's Booster Gold. It's Booster Gold.
We don't know for sure.
I think it's Booster Gold.
That's what I feel.
Booster Gold? Booster Gold? Okay.
There was another one. I was reading a review. I can't think of who the other guy was.
There's 2 other ones. It's called Mystery Hero. An African-American male in his 20s will fit the role of a regular street-smart guy who unexpectedly gains power and then, as part of a team, regularly quips about the insanity of the situations. Static Shock. I would love to see...
Wait, read that again?
They're making a live-action Static Shock movie. Shock show. I can't wait for that. He's called Mystery Hero. An African-American male in his 20s will fill the role of a regular street-smart guy who unexpectedly gains powers and then, as part of the team, regularly quips about the insanity of the situations.
No.
I was just joking.
Shock.
I thought it'd be really cool to see that.
I don't know. I'm going to do some more research.
Okay.
I'll come back next week.
And then they have the female warrior. This 20-something Latina is pretty, but unassuming, book-smart, and socially awkward by day. But by night, when she hears the cry of battle, her fury is ignited and she becomes a fierce warrior. So much so that sometimes she can become a threat to others.
Wonder Girl.
I can see it. But the Traveler, I'm just like...
Oh, the Traveler.
Booster Gold. Booster Gold. Which I would love. They've been talking about having
when they
Booster
add in
Gold.
the cocky part.
What about Blue Beetle? For the African
mystery?
Yeah.
Well, he's more Hispanic.
It's African American, Hispanic. They can make it. They can make it happen.
It's African American, but it's also Hispanic.
Male in his 20s. I think it would be probably...
It could be Blue Beetle.
I would love that. Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Perfect.
Put them two together?
Yeah. Younger Supergirl cast, Melina Wiseman is going to be playing her. And in last, but certainly not least, The Walking Dead spinoff has finally been picked up for 2 seasons. Starts airing later this year, end of the summer. Which, oh my god, it's a couple months away.
But, that's genius of them.
The Walking Dead comes back in October.
Exactly. They can have it lead up into The Walking Dead.
And they'll end in October.
Mm-hmm.
So they end in October and they come back, I think, maybe January, and then Walking Dead comes back in February.
Yeah, and they'll kind of run side by side on that one.
Yeah. So that's the news of the week. I'm really excited for all of it.
Do you think The Talking Dead will take up that also?
I think The Talking Dead is just going to become... Yeah, I think it's going to become 2 hours long.
Okay. Or
they might split it up 30 minutes. And we're going to go on to TV reviews.
Later.
Here I go. Whee!
All right, let's talk about Gotham. The last episode before they go on break, which every show's doing. What happened to mid-season finale? And then that's it. You go for the rest of the season. No, these shows got to take 4-week breaks. Flash comes back in 2 weeks, thankfully.
Arrow comes back in 2 weeks.
Arrow comes back in 3 weeks.
Oh,
it's the week after Flash comes back.
Oh, that's weird.
So yeah.
Okay, but
this episode, Flash comes back, the guy that he locked away for murder,
let free,
and he's being backed by Commissioner Loeb as the president of the police department.
He's gonna run for the president.
So Gordon is basically like, I gotta take both of them down now. So he starts looking into Loeb, and Harvey basically talks to him. He's like, "You're the only one with a Cobblepot, but what if?"
No, everyone has a Cobblepot.
Everyone has a Cobblepot, but they're all basically dead. Loeb still has his. We just gotta find it.
Yeah.
So they find Loeb's Cobblepot.
Well, they
go searching. They find his old partner.
Yeah, they talk. It's Harvey Dent's also in this episode. They start talking to him.
About that.
He brings it. He gives them a hint.
Yeah.
And they go to like an underground
casino.
Kind of
betting ring. Yeah.
And
his partner basically sets him up.
And I thought that was great because he goes, "You're Detective Gordon. You're Harvey Dent." Bing da wada! And then walks away.
Dent's like, "We gotta get the hell out of here!" And then they start shooting at him, and then they.
That was just great because they all just start pulling knives out, and they're like, Gordon's like, "Sit down."
Harvey in this episode is basically like, "You gotta stop. You gotta stop searching for them." And then he comes in with the car.
Yeah, he saves them.
"Come with me. We're gonna find out how to do this."
He's like, "No, he'll squeal. I know how to make him squeal."
And he's holding him out of the car while it's driving. And it's awesome. I love Harvey.
And then they get the information they need that there's a...
you know who we haven't seen in a couple episodes? Falcone or Maroni. They've been gone.
Well, because they kind of...
They don't need to be in it, I guess, because Penguin's basically the mob boss right now. Basically now Gordon finds out that Loeb has a secret on the farm because he goes to Penguin. He's
that's where they think the files are.
Yes, help me. And Penguin's like, "Leave me 5 minutes alone with the file, and I will get you."
End a favor from Jim Gordon.
And Harvey's like, "Don't do it, Penguin. You know how Penguin is." And Gordon's like, "I'll do it. I'll give you whatever favor you ask of me."
Yeah.
So they go to the farm that Penguin heard Falcone and Loeb talking about. They go inside. They meet this nice old couple.
Oh, they're sweet.
They're very nice.
They're adorable.
Until the mother gets a shotgun.
Well, no. She went to go get tea.
She went to go get tea.
Or cake. Cake.
Which is, a.k.a. a shotgun.
Yes.
And they start shooting.
And then they had a shootout, and then...
Gordon shoots the grandpappy.
Yeah, the old man.
The old man. And Penguin...
Penguin's on guard duty.
What made me laugh is she's running, and she slips, and she falls, and she bangs her head.
Well, she gets scared. Because Gordon's like, freeze, and she's like, ah!
And hits her head.
Falls down.
They go upstairs, Harvey and Gordon, and they find out that it wasn't files. It's... Well, wait, hold on. Loeb, they were investigating Loeb because his wife had died.
Well, she died in a car accident.
So they're looking into that. They're saying...
How come everyone lies about their spouse dying?
I don't know. It's a sick. So they're like, okay, we have to investigate this. So when they go up the stairs, they're thinking, okay, we're going to find the files about what really happened.
There's going to be a boatload of files.
Nope, there's a little girl. There's a woman up there.
A little girl?
She used to be a little girl. So.
There's a woman with a little girl's brain.
Yes.
In there.
And it turns out to be Loeb's daughter.
Yeah, and
he's been hiding her.
Turns out that she killed the mom in the living room with the candlestick.
I made the same reference when I watched it. So we find out she's basically demented. She's crazy. She's
insane.
She's insane.
And she goes, I'll show you my hobby. I make jewelry.
Out of birds' bones.
And she goes, if you're really quiet, you can sneak up behind them. And then you squish their head. And I'm just like, okay.
They go downstairs, and Penguin's like, let me go. They got away. Let me go after the files.
Yeah, well, they hear the a bang downstairs.
Yeah.
So they go downstairs, and Penguin's like, they overpowered me.
And then you see Miriam about to go up to... She's like, oh, he looks like a bird. I love birds. And I'm like, get away from Penguin. Get away from him. So that's how that story ended. He goes to Detective Loeb.
Well, he goes to Commissioner Loeb.
Commissioner Loeb.
Not Detective
He's
Loeb.
becoming Detective Lone Soup. Soon. I messed that entire
Detective
thing.
Loeb Soup?
Yeah, soon.
Soon. S-O-O-N. S-O-O-N. Soon.
Loeb basically finds out that Gordon knows, and Gordon, he's like, I'll step down, whatever you can.
He's like, I'll resign.
And Gordon's like, nope, I don't want to deal with...
You're more useful to me if you're here.
I don't want to have to deal with another Carmine drone. And he's basically like, I have an idea what I want. So he's like, throughout this episode, he finds out that Loeb has files on every cop in the district.
Yeah.
So Harvey's the one that sold him out to get Flask back on the force.
Yeah.
So he basically asked Loeb, he's like, I have two conditions. You stay on, and you give me every file of every police officer in this building.
Loeb
and he's like, I can't do that. I'll die. I'll kill myself. I'll be killed.
Being sentenced to death.
And he's like, I'll give you Harvey's. So
and
it's a sweet little moment.
And then he goes, but there's just something else you have to do for me. And then they cut to a press conference.
Yes.
And Commissioner Loeb is now backing Harvey.
Gordon.
Detective Gordon.
To be president of the police commissioner. And he's like, I seem to be standing up here a lot with Gordon, Detective Gordon, a lot lately.
And then did you notice what Gordon said into the camera?
What?
It's a new day. And if you remember their first interaction, Loeb whispered in his ear.
It's a new day, yeah. So he gives the file to Harvey. He's like...
They have a sweet little...
Harvey's like, I never liked this picture. And he throws away the file. Well, we don't know.
He puts it in his locker.
I figured he's going to burn them or something like that.
And then...
That's Gordon's story until...
So going back now to Penguin's story.
Yes.
Penguin and Butch. Butch is helping Penguin.
Butch cares a lot about the bar more so than... I don't know if he's playing Penguin... Because I wouldn't be surprised if he is.
Well, no, you saw the marks on his
Yeah, because it was the V. I think it was the V and the Z together. Together. Basically, he's a changed man. He's like, she got what she deserved. I care more about this bar now.
Yeah. So, basically, they have to get more liquor, and they can't. So...
Penguin goes to the docks to steal some liquor.
There's two guys, and he's got two guys, and he's like, it's easy. And then the police show up, and Penguin's like, oh... And then Butch comes to the window.
Knocks
and he goes,
on the window.
Nah, these are with me. Come on. Let's go
I always
get
like
liquor.
to have a couple of Gotham's finest in my pocket at all times because it helps out. So they get the liquor, and then he gets asked by Gordon to do the favor for him.
And then that's Penguin's story.
Nope, we forgot. The two old people were working for not working for Penguin, but went full circle because they're back at the bar, and Penguin's got them both there.
Oh, because he captured them.
He captured them. He's like... no, because he offered to send them away. Give them 2 tickets to send away. But he's like, oh, I lied. I only have 1 ticket. So he's like, I don't know what to do. And they're both like, we live together. The husband's like, we've lived together for 50 years. We're not going to fight each other. And
and she goes, there's only 1 ticket. And he's like, whoa, Helen, calm down.
And she basically kills him.
And then she goes, so, I get my ticket now. And he goes, nah.
Takes out the shotgun. He's like, I only have 1 shell left. I only have 1 shell left, and he shoots her. And I'm like, Penguin's back! Yay! And then we go on to, I think, the most interesting story of the week in Fish Moonies.
Well, I was going to say, let's go to Riddler's first.
Riddler had a small part.
Yeah, that's why.
He's going to ask out Miss Kringle.
Well, they have an interaction. She puts her hand on him, and it's a cute little moment. And then he goes up to her, and he's got flowers behind his back. And he's...
My favorite part, I think, that made me laugh.
This scene was amazing.
It was great.
And so he goes up to Kringle, and he's like, so do you have dinner plans for tonight? And she goes, yeah, I'm going out
with my new boyfriend.
And he's like, oh, you're the riddle guy. And
he's like, what's got arms?
What has hands?
But no arms.
Yeah, and he goes, a clock. Like, immediately. And he goes, you are good.
I'll get you next time, Riddler.
So, no, Riddle guy.
Riddle guy.
And then, so he's sad now because
he rips up the flowers.
And he just gets this evil look on his face.
And I'm like, we're getting our little thing towards the Riddler, which I think he's going to be the overarching villain of that season, which will be awesome.
And then now...
That was and then Fish Mooney's part, we find out that Fish is now a major member of...
Yeah, she's working for Dr. Dalmaka.
She gives up Kenny.
Dr. Dalmaka.
She gives up Kenny, the guy that's been supporting her since she got in there.
Kenny and someone else.
And she's like, I have to do this. I have to be part of all this. Yeah. And Dalmacher makes her a honorary member, basically. And he's like, I trust you.
What do you think about salsa on Tuesdays? I don't think that's a good idea.
Honesty, I like salsa.
But
I like salsa, so we're going to have it every Tuesday night.
So stupid.
And he tells her, he's like, I can trust you now because I know you're not going to escape. She's like, why? He's like, let me show you. And he opens up the window and you find out she's on an island.
It's Alcatraz.
And I don't know, maybe she does escape. She finally does make it back to Gotham for season 4, for the season finale. And her and Penguin have the final battle they're all waiting for.
Butch kills her.
Did anything happen with Bruce this week and Alfred?
Not really.
Oh, Bruce is vowed to find Pain, and Selena offers her help. He doesn't say. And he says no.
I can't have any more
She's
friends.
She's like, you know where to find me. And Alfred tries to leave, and he's like, stay. This is an order.
And then he's reading a really sad story to him. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, calm down, Debbie.
That was Bruce's part. I don't know where they're going with that. Mm-hmm. I think the big Bruce versus Wayne Enterprises is happening. Fish versus Penguin, and then I don't know where the Gordon story is leading up to.
I don't either.
That's going to be interesting to find.
Probably the end. He's going to get the presidency in the Union.
Do you think that's the season finale?
Yeah.
I always hope that they'll flash forward a couple years, maybe
more
for
Bruce
next
is a
season.
Teenager,
yeah.
Well, technically, how old is he now? 10?
10, 12? 11, 12, something like that. So hopefully we'll see something when it comes back for the last 4 episodes of the season.
But that's on break. That's going on break now. So we won't bring that up next week. Arrow's on break, so we have nothing to talk about.
Flash is on break.
Flash is on break, so we have...
And I think next week is going to be only one show we talk about, which is the show we're about to talk about.
The Walking Dead. So let's go into it.
Whee! Here I go! Whee!
Let's talk about the best episode of the week, because there's only 2, and we had two to choose from. Walking Dead, which I thought was better than last week.
I thought it was an outstanding
episode. Good
episode.
Yes.
Great character development.
Oh my god!
So much from the
breakout
comics.
of this season is Aaron, which I love.
Oh yeah.
He's a lot more developed than I think in the comics too.
Oh yeah.
They give him a lot more character in the show.
Well, because he basically took over for Jesus.
If they don't bring him in.
Yeah.
If they don't bring him. Well, isn't he in the community by this point in Alexandria?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. They reversed it.
They may not bring him in, which is...
No. Aaron was in the Hilltop.
Aaron was in
He was in the Hilltop.
He might be with Ezekiel then.
No.
You don't think so? They might switch it up. I don't know. A lot to look forward to if it happens, but that's a little spoilery talk for anybody that's read the comics.
After we're done, I want to talk about a theory that's going around.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute.
But,
about the W?
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. They're all adjusting to Alexander's real life. Rick is trying to go
Sasha's crazy.
Michonne, they did the thing in the comics, which I was looking forward to when she finally puts the sword up.
Yeah, she hangs it over the
And I was like, oh, that is iconic. That is so iconic right there. I'm looking forward to that. Maggie, Glenn, and Noah are really like distant about it.
No.
In the beginning, Noah's like, I don't want to be here.
I'm leaving. And Glenn goes, no, you're not. You're with family. We're going to go have a talk. And they, drag him into the conversation.
Abraham's getting drunk off his ass.
No, that was great when Rosita... Because they throw them a welcome party, so everyone has to show up.
Attend.
And Rosita walks in, and she's like, so how do you feel? And he goes, I don't know. I'm not sure how to read this. And she goes, they got beer. And he goes, I'll be back. And just walks away, and she smiles. They don't show much of Eugene.
Eugene's going through stuff though.
Next
week's episode is I think Eugene episode because he says
holds a gun.
He says something in the trailer. He's like, I can't be blamed for this. So something's gonna happen next week. I'm looking forward to.
Ezekiel.
That hasn't happened yet.
Oh,
Ezekiel's not involved yet.
All right.
There's a tiger coming. And I can't wait. Oh my god.
You might replace it with a dog.
No, I want a tiger.
I know.
When I read that comic, I was like, if they don't bring in the tiger, I don't want to watch the show anymore.
So
even more so than Negan.
So basically, this party was nice, but it was also a decoy so that Carol could go and steal guns.
Yeah.
From where they're holding them.
She basically throughout the episode is making.
Notice how she stole chocolate.
Yeah, making people believe she's adjusted to this new life.
Oh, yeah.
But she's been with the group the entire time.
She's working for the group.
And
the group's not bad. They just need to be sure.
So she goes in to take more chocolate, and she's getting guns now. And what's her face's son? I forget her name. I think it was Claire.
Jess.
Jess? Jess is her name?
Jessie.
Okay. Jessie's son, Sam, follows her in, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? I followed you. And
She's
then
like, Sam, what are you doing here? I followed you.
I thought you could make me more cookies. And Carol's like, I'll make you more cookies. You can't tell anybody about this, though.
But I tell my mom everything.
And after he says that, my favorite scene, I think, of this season.
You just find the link and put it in the description.
I will, because this scene is
do
so
it
powerful.
word for word.
We're not even going to talk about it. No, we'll just leave you. I'm just going to say this. Carol is the most badass character on the show. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Watch it in the description. Come back, comment. What did you think about it? Because we're not going to talk about it, because I don't think we even could do justice.
No.
Let's just say Carol's a badass. That's it. Oh my god, it's such a good scene, though.
But let's talk about the scene with Daryl. He goes.
Daryl and Aaron and Chris have amazing character
Daryl and Aaron first.
Daryl's going out hunting, and Aaron joins him, and he's like, can I join you? And he's like, you better keep up. And he goes off, and they find Bubbles.
It was Buttons. You moron. You had one job.
It was B. Okay, it was a B name. It was a horse.
Yeah, it was a black stallion. And
Daryl's like, I can tame her.
Well, Aaron's like, I've been trying to catch him. And he goes,
give me the rope. And he goes up to her, and then I started hearing Born Free when she nillied up, and she's like,
well, no, that was when the walkers were coming in.
No, before, when Daryl was about to...
until the walkers... And the walkers came in, and they started wreaking havoc,
and Aaron's like, no, Buttons!
Well, no, because then they kill all the walkers, and Daryl's like, come on, we can still get her! And then they go after her.
And Daryl's basically looking for somebody that can help him. That's that
Aaron's
weakling. No, but Daryl also is looking for somebody.
Aaron...
He doesn't want to have to rely on anybody.
Yeah.
Because he's been with the group that can defend themselves for so long, and he
feels that this
group can't defend themselves. When he finally finds Aaron that can defend himself, he's like, all right, maybe I'll warm up to them a little bit. They go back to his house for a little...
Well, no, we gotta talk about Buttons.
Buttons died. Buttons is dead.
But it was such a sad moment.
Yeah.
Because Aaron was saying how long he's been trying to get this horse, and then Daryl comes along and kills the horse.
No, what made me laugh is I'm watching it with my brother last night, and Brennan, you know him, he doesn't watch TV that often. So he's like, how did they kill the horse? I was like, watch this, because they're gonna turn on the horse when he falls, and then they're gonna turn back to Daryl and Aaron. And he's like, how'd you know that? I was like, they're switching out the horse right now. That's the whole thing. Yeah, I thought it was cool.
That's like TV movie 101 right there.
But he doesn't watch TV that often.
So, then...
Buttons is dead!
Well, then Aaron says, so you should really try to go to the party tonight. So, you see Daryl outside of it, and he's like, eh. And he walks away, and Aaron comes outside of his house, and he's like, hey...
We're having dinner,
Well, no, because this was funny. He goes, Daryl says, I thought you were supposed to be at that party. And he goes, oh, no, I hate those things. And he goes, then why'd you tell me to go? And he goes, I didn't tell you to go. I told you to try to go. And he goes, and you did. And for that, I'm proud of you.
And you can have some pasta with us.
Yeah, and he goes, so, come on. Eric made some badass pasta. So, they're eating pasta. Daryl's eating like a fiend.
He's like, thank you.
He's like, oh, it's delicious.
And what's the other one's name? Not Aaron?
Eric.
Eric is being all adorable. He's like, hey, the next time you go out, could you please get me a pasta maker?
No, get a pasta maker for Mrs. Krabappel. Because she's fucking...
She's been asking for a pasta maker.
But I think that she just wants something to talk about.
We have dried pasta here, but I think she just wants something to talk about. So Aaron's looking at him like, stop it, stop talking.
And Eric goes, oh, you didn't ask him.
That happened.
Yeah. So they go
to the garage. Yep. Ooh.
Jinx, you owe me soda.
Damn it! I have to buy you a soda.
So they go to the garage and they start talking about the motorcycle.
Aaron basically tells him, you can have this now. I don't build.
Yeah, because I was trying to work on it. I've been finding
You're gonna need one.
You're gonna need a vehicle if you accept that. I don't think Eric should be going out on these journeys with me anymore.
He's like, I didn't tell Diana to give you a job because I have one for you.
Yeah.
And he basically tells
him to go on the... he wants him to find new members. And earlier they were talking, he asked him, can you tell the difference between a good guy and a bad guy?
Yeah,
and he says, Daryl, you can tell the difference. Because if you remember, Daryl went through some shit when he was a kid.
Like, he's lost his brother, got him back, lost him again, had to kill his brother, Jesus.
Well, even before that, when he was a kid with his dad was a drunk, beat the living hell out of him.
We love Daryl. That's what we love Daryl. She's gonna be sad when he dies.
Maybe, if he dies.
I think they're gonna replace him with Glenn.
No.
Yes.
How? They can't. Glenn already has a character.
No, I mean they're gonna replace Glenn's death,
Maybe.
which is coming, guys. Sorry to
And
spoil
again,
it.
everyone's death is coming.
Yeah, everyone's death is coming, but Glenn's is a little bit tricky.
Yeah. So,
That was what happened with Daryl's storyline, which I loved.
oh yeah, it was great.
Carol put the fear of God into a kid and became a badass again.
Rick
Kissed a girl and he liked it,
kissed her cheek,
and he liked it.
and she liked it.
She enjoyed
And
that.
she's married. Oh, when they hand out the guns, and
Yeah.
Daryl's like, I don't think I need this, and then Rick takes one, and he's walking down the street at the end,
Yeah.
and he sees Jesse and Pete, and he sees them, like, put her arm around her, and he, like, goes for the gun,
and
I'm like, whoa!
But there's something coming, and I cannot wait
Yeah.
for it.
So then,
Well, they're at their party.
well, no, this is after.
Well, I'm talking about at the party.
Well, I want to
leading
finish
up
talking about Rick at the
Okay,
end.
talk about it then.
So, at the end of the...
Please.
What did you call me?
I said you're jumping all over the place.
Your mom's
Just
jumping
go.
all over the
Just
place.
go. Just
Jump
finish
around.
it. Just finish your speech, okay? God.
So at the end, Rick walks over to the wall, and he kind of like puts his hand there.
It's a fence.
It's a wall.
It's a fence.
How much you want to bet?
That's a fence.
It's a wall.
It's a wall fence. We'll agree to disagree, okay?
It's a
God.
fall.
It's a fall. Okay, it's a fall. I'll agree with that.
Okay.
You have to call it a fall from now on. Go ahead.
All right. So Rick goes up to the fall, and he puts his hand up against it, and then kind of like puts his ear against it. On the other side, there's a walker, and
It's basically signifying that
he's here now.
He's getting accustomed to his new life.
Yeah.
And during the party,
Are you gonna talk about Sasha?
yeah, that's part. That's another part we have to talk about. Michonne is getting used to. She's like, I just want to live here. She's like in the comics. In the comics now.
She's got the tiny sword. Abraham comes out drunk, and he's like, "So did you replace your new sword?" And she's like, "What?"
Sasha didn't want to come to the party, but
Sasha doesn't want to be anywhere. Sasha's
Diana was like,
crazy.
"Come to the party. We'll have a good time." She pulls her in, and she basically starts talking to basically the book club and everything. And then one of the women who in the comics, Michonne is the one that gets into this.
Yeah, but I think they did it well with
Sasha's been the character that's been like, okay, this is where they lead go. And I love the flashbacks.
Oh,
It
yeah.
showed her freaking out. It showed Tyrese dying, Bob dying. Oh,
Yeah,
my
but
god.
this woman comes up and she goes, "So, dear, what's your favorite meal?
What do you want me to
I'll cook
make
it for
you?
you one day."
I don't want to make you
And she
anything.
goes, "I don't have any."
You
She's
sure?
like, I don't want. I'll worry that I'll make you something bad. And Sasha breaks and goes, "That's what you worry about. All this is going on, and that's what you think
And
about."
storms out. And then Rick and, like you said, Jess are getting acquainted. And he's talking. I think he's talking to Carol before she comes in, and he's like, "Go off and everything."
Yeah.
And then he turns around and he sees Jess with
Judith
in her hands.
No,
And-
this is after that. This is
okay.
Rick's just by himself.
Yeah, and he looks at her. She's like, "I
It's
haven't
been
done-"
a while since I held one of these.
And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna make you mine." now."
he's like, "I'm gonna make you hold another one."
Not what happens. Not what happens
Well,
in the
no.
comic books. There's a lot. So let's talk about your theory.
Okay, so my theory.
During the episode, they find
This isn't my theory. I don't. This was from comicbook.com.
Yes.
Go check
We
them
get
out.
most of our news.
Yes,
so,
they're great.
Yes. But during the episode, they find a walker with a W
Another
on their
one.
face. Another one.
If you
So go
remember
ahead.
from the mid-season premiere, the Walkers felt. We talked about this.
I don't know if you saw this, but there was a scene when before we talk about theory, Rick walking and he sees Jess and her husband, and you see the street that they're on. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
It's Morgan Street. They're bringing that bastard in.
Is
again.
it?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
So there's a it's not my theory, like I said, but I agree with this. They're thinking that Negan's working for a group or the leader of a group called the Wolves.
What was he called in the comic
It wasn't called
books?
anything.
I thought it was called the Saviors or something like that.
Yes.
The Saviors. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
You're right. I'm sorry.
So they might be replacing the Saviors with the Wolves.
Yes.
Okay.
Because in the comics, he's more of a hunter than a savior.
So
And this would be a good change.
I predict.
But-
before you talk about that, I predicted a while ago that Negan was going to be at the end of the season.
Yes.
So
I disagreed.
but you're changing your
No.
mind. Oh, you're not.
I
okay.
still disagree that they're going to end it with Negan.
I think they are. I think the end of the season.
I think next season, the mid-season finale, will bring in Negan.
No, what I think is going to happen, because I think they have to start season 6 with a bang.
Oh, yeah.
And, but this is my theory.
Well, wait, can I finish my theory?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So,
we'll talk about that in a
If
minute.
you remember the mid-season premiere, we talked about it. There were these walkers that fell out of the truck, and they all had W's on their heads. And the group paid no mind to it because they wanted to get out of there. Yeah. So basically, there was a wall, and on the wall it said, "Wolves not far."
Yes.
And the episode after that, as the group's sitting on the ground, there's a pack of wild dogs that comes out.
And they shoot them.
Well, yeah, Sasha shoots them. And for anyone that knows basic evolution, dogs have come from wolves.
Yes.
So that could be a sign that Negan's working for this, or is in charge of this group known as the Wolves.
Yes.
And the Wolves are just there to instill fear in everyone, and Negan had an army of zombies at one point in the comics.
Yes.
And that's what these are. With the W's, they're his walkers. It's the Wolves. So I agree wholeheartedly with that.
What I think is going to happen, and since this is ending in 3 weeks, which, oh my god, it's ending in 3 weeks, they're going to end with, in the comics, if you remember, they all go on, it's Rick, Carl, Michonne, Glenn, and I forget who else. I think it was just them in the car when they go off to meet Negan.
In the comics?
In the comics, yes.
They never went to go meet
Or
Negan.
they go somewhere.
Yeah,
they're traveling. I think they're traveling to the hilltop at this point.
I think so.
To
and
find
he intercepts them.
Yes. What I think is going to happen.
Rick,
Michonne, Glenn, and I forget if somebody... Is it Maggie? Maggie, because she's there. So, what I think is going to happen, Maggie's going to end up being pregnant soon.
Okay.
So, because that's what happens. She ends up being pregnant before that. And spoilers, this is all spoiler talk for me right now. Well, I think they're going to end it with them going on that call into that plot line. They're going to end it with someone coming out of the car with the bat, and that's where they're going to end it. Just to fucking mind.
That would be a good cliffhanger.
And then bring in season 6 with Glenn's death. How crazy would that be? Or, because Daryl even says, bring Kleenex to the season 5 finale, which makes me think they might bring him in and have him murder.
Well, now the reason I don't agree with that is because there's a lot of stuff that happens before that in the comics.
So you think, oh yeah, there is a lot that happens before that.
So that's why, and there's only 3 episodes left.
Yeah, they could. That's
why I feel
they could do a lot in those 3 episodes.
But that's why I feel that they're going to do it the mid-season finale
of the 6th season.
Okay. Have it end like that.
Okay.
Then, because then it's only like a month or so.
Yeah, very true.
And then boom.
And then Negan's the big bad at the end of season 6.
Into season 6.
If you haven't read the comic books, you have missing out on one of the best characters ever created. Seriously.
But
that would be for next time when we talk about Walking Dead, the only show that we talk about next week.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yes, like we always do.
Yeah.
And as always, like,
comment,
and subscribe.
And we will see you in the next one, and I love you, as always.
We're the Bad Game Boys.
Later.
Bye.